Welcome to our town, Belfast Holiday Video Guide. I'm one of your co-hosts, Ned Leitner, and with me is Lorraine Brown.
And we've been all over town discovering what you can do here, what you can buy here, and we've discovered that you can do everything here that you'd like to do. So we're really happy to be hosting this time with you.
Right, and you know, if you stay in town, you save all sorts of gas money and travel time. So let's get started.
Yes. Well, we're down here on Lower Main Street, and we're at Out of the Woods, where there's such a vast variety of wonderful, wonderful gifts and gift ideas. Colleen, what do you have in the store? You seem to have so much.
We do. We have a wide variety of items. They come from all over the state of Maine. All we sell are items made in Maine, and we're really proud of that. We have some wonderful craftspeople in the area and across the state.
You know, I noticed this beautiful, elaborate wooden toy, and then there are wooden toys everywhere, which I think would be, and then games. I noticed the games and baby clothes. How are there items that you feature every month, or how do you decide, you know, what you're selling and how you're selling it?
As I said, our items come from all over the state. And we do have sales from time to time, and we do like to feature the wooden toys. We have 4 different companies that make toys for us right now. So there's the different drummer over in Solon, and he makes this wonderful Red Baron plane.
Oh, right.
And the Red Baron in here. And a lot of different wooden toys. We have just local people who come in because they've made toys and they wonder if they might sell. And our most recent toy maker is from Verona Island, and it's just a toy maker in Maine. And he makes a cute little gumball machine with wood. It's really fun. Yeah.
And I noticed you have food items.
We have Captain Eli's Soda.
It looks so beautiful.
Which is made by the Shipyard Brewing Company. And it's made in Maine.
Well, that's great.
Yep.
And then how did you decide of baby clothes? I noticed very festive baby clothes there.
Yes, we have several knitters in the area, wonderful knitters. And they just came in and said, do you think maybe you could sell something like this? And I always say I would love to give that a try. And
look, there's also slippers and light stands and T-shirts and postcards. It's just a vast variety, and food stuff. Wow, there's so much. We do. We have everything from the functional. We have a lot of wooden bowls, Lazy Susans, cutting boards. We have a cutting board for every taste. We have wooden utensils that people love to use in the oven, and you really just have to pick one up and feel it to see how nice they are. Oh, it's like silk.
Yes.
So strong.
Yes,
too.
They're meant to be functional, and yet it's a wonderful experience to use one of these wooden utensils.
So is there anything that I haven't thought of here? Well, no, it's just, as I say, it's endless for gifts. And what hours are you open so that people can come here?
We're open, it's extended hours during the holiday season. Right now we're open every day except Tuesday and Sunday from 10 to 5. We will, of course, try to be open 7 days a week during the holiday season, and then we try to do that during the summertime as well.
Great.
Well, I'm at Darby's with Jerry Savitz, and Jerry, I was just looking at the TripAdvisor for Belfast, and it had all the dining areas. Number 1 on the list was Darby's. Did you know that?
I did know that. Yeah, I watch
great.
that every once in a while. It's kind of when there's not much going on, I go up and I check that out.
So, you know, a lot of people are familiar with Darby's, but there's all these things that people don't know about Darby's. For instance, right next to us are these kegs over here, and tell me a little bit about the story of them, because I think it's particularly relevant to the moment that we're filming this episode a little bit before Thanksgiving.
Well, there are 9 of those kegs in Darby's. There is a 10th keg that is going to show up today, and it's funny that you should ask. Those kegs are from France, and on this Thursday, the date that we're talking right now, all across the globe, people are tasting the new wine for 2010, the new crop. It's called Nouveau Beaujolais.
Right, right.
They ship out these barrels all over the world. In the state of Maine, I have had the only barrel in the state of Maine for 8 years. This year, there is another restaurant in Eastport called the Pickled Herring.
I know that place.
All
I've
right.
eaten there. Good
Well, the
place.
Pickled Herring also has a barrel. And tonight, we will tap that keg, as those kegs will be tapped all over the world. And we will sample this year's wine. And we'll probably have that keg for the next couple of days before it's gone. So anyway, we've done that every day for 10 years now. And for those people who enjoy wine and are into that sort of thing, it's an exciting occasion.
Well, you know, when I think about Darby's, I think about that kind of fun and imaginative aspect to the place. You know, I know that you have a wonderful, like your bar has single malt scotches and things like that. So certain particular things that a foodie like you likes, or a drinky, I don't know.
Well, over the years, I would say there's a lot of things in Darby's that I have found in my travels that interested me. It's kind of hard to describe how the menu came about. It's kind of a comfort food as opposed to a gourmet restaurant. It's eclectic, which kind of represents my own taste and Gail's taste in food. There's not a particular type of food that I like above all others. The most popular thing on the menu is a pad thai with a satay sauce on it. It has been the most popular thing for 25 years since we have been here, and it's interesting because there are people who enjoy the pad thai. They have no idea where the name came from. They have no idea that it's Thai. They have no idea the history, and they don't care about the history. They just know they love that bowl of food that they get, and that's very satisfying to me, that people can come in and find things together with, like, my grandmother's potato latkes.
Yes. And that Scottish toffee thing that
Scottish
you make.
toffee is, I in the past used to go to Scotland every year, and that's a favorite in Scotland. And I got the recipe from the Udney Arms in Newborough, Scotland.
Cool. Well, you know, time whips by and we don't have a whole lot of time, and this is sort of a holiday show, and I know that you wanted to mention at least something about that you have a function room that people can use for holiday parties.
Well, I have a couple function rooms. They're small function rooms.
Yeah.
We do 20 to 25 people.
Okay.
We have a couple of rooms. We're very versatile in what people want. If they want a buffet or a limited menu, or they want to just order from the menu. We have a $35 room charge. The charge basically is because we're going to have a waitress that's going to come in just for that function. So it makes it worthwhile for one of our waitresses to come in, and we're very happy. We do a lot of office parties. We do small groups. We do the Maine Lobstermen's Association every month. We have certain groups that come in.
All right. Well, Jerry, this is great. You know, there's so much that we could talk about Darby's. And of course, if you haven't been here for a while, you're missing out on something, because Darby's is a great place to be.
Here we are out on a whimsy with Bryant, and one of the things I noticed about this store is what a great variety of things there are and how beautiful the things are. So many gifts, so much potential for gifts. What is selling this year? What's happening here?
Well, thank you very much, Lorraine. We've really made a real concerted effort this year to increase the number of things that we have available for kids. So we've gotten in a great selection of products from Ebu and Peaceable Kingdom, some award-winning games and toys. We have also gotten in a terrific selection of kids' clothes, like these adorable little flapjacks. We have them for the entire family, from dad to mom to the little kids. So we have those. We've also got in a terrific selection of kids' science kits. We have this right here, which is a little tin can robot.
Yeah.
Which
is educational and
educational and fun.
And fun, right.
We also have rocket race cars, mousetrap racers, and a whole selection of environmentally friendly gifts.
Yeah.
We've also gotten into this year a great selection of books. One of the most popular ones that we've had is a selection of books that play sounds and come with CDs. Those have been really popular. And we've also have a newly expanded baby section, which has really taken off, and we have great things for babies and expectant mothers.
You know, I noticed these boots, these beautiful boots for kids, and the whimsical is a great word for it, because the whimsical raincoats that are so lovely, you know. I've never seen anything like it anywhere.
Yeah, we have a great selection from Kidorable, all sorts of, we have fire engine backpacks and raincoats and boots and fairies and all kinds of great stuff from them. It's a really great company.
And I notice you have Christmas ornaments and cards and calendars and, jewelry. I love the jewelry.
Oh, we have tremendous jewelry. We have all kinds of new Christmas stuff. It's all new this year. The jewelry selection is really, we've really tried to make a real effort to have a wide selection of jewelry for everyone.
And do you buy local and all around? How do you do that? You have many vendors?
We have a lot of different vendors. We try to stay as local as possible. We have a lot of local artists and local products, so yeah.
And I see you have clocks too. Those are clocks, very unusual clocks, and wall ornaments that
We just got those in. We have, they're very colorful. They'd be great in an office or in a home or any sort of surrounding.
And games. You have games.
Yes, we just got in. We got in tabletop pool, tabletop air hockey, and games like that. Games for kids of all ages.
And you know, one of the things that I love most is, and I see you have a huge selection of marbles there, and I don't see marbles anywhere. They're both like art pieces, but they're a game too, you know?
Yeah, I don't know anybody who actually plays marbles anymore, but a lot of people collect them. They're very colorful. Kids love them. Right. And they're a lot of fun.
So tell me, where are you located? I know where you're located because I'm right here, but perhaps you'd like to let us know when you'll be here.
Absolutely. We're located at 133 High Street in downtown Belfast.
Great.
Well, we're at the Parent Gallery right here in the heart of Belfast, which also doubles as the headquarters for New Year's by the Bay on New Year's Eve. And I'm with Mary Mortier, who's the Executive Director of New Year's by the Bay. And Mary, what are our plans for this year?
You know, we're going to have another great one. This is the 14th annual New Year's by the Bay here in downtown Belfast. We celebrate the spirit of Belfast on New Year's Eve, as only we can do it. And it's open to the whole community. It's a fabulous event because it's family friendly, it's cultural, it's chem-free. No alcohol, no drugs. Safe for tots to seniors, and something to do for everybody. Starts usually around 4 in the afternoon and runs through midnight, and we actually wrap up with a wonderful rabble-rousing march down Main Street to the beat of primal drums and horns, and have a bonfire at midnight by the bay that actually goes on for a while.
And there's all sorts of great activities. I remember there's great things for kids, there's music, there's performers, are you having, maybe magicians, whatever you might have. And where do you get the tickets and how much do they cost?
Actually, the admittance to the event
is a button.
It's a button.
Didn't know that.
And you buy the button and it admits you to everything during the event. The button for adults is $15, and for youth, which is 5 years old through high school, would be $5. Under 5 is free.
That's great.
So we try to keep the prices affordable so the whole family can come and enjoy.
And where can they get those buttons?
Well, right here at the Parent Gallery at the traffic light downtown is one location. Hannaford Grocery Store at the service desk. Mr. Paperback at Rennie's Plaza. The Belfast Harbor Inn Motel and the Comfort Inn Motel on Route 3. Those would be prime locations.
All right, and they can get them beforehand or the day of,
And
right?
you know what, Ned? There's a really important place that you can get them, and that's the Belfast Co-op.
Oh,
we
okay.
actually sell more buttons at the Belfast Co-op than any other location.
All right, so another great activity that takes up almost all of downtown on New Year's Eve.
Yes, there's about 10 different venues. It's a walking event, so you can come and park, and there's usually no trouble at all with parking. And then you can usually walk from each venue one to another.
All right, well, thanks, Mary, for every year pulling this together. It's a great event and a wonderful reason to be in Belfast.
Yes, it is.
We're at the Gallery de Four here at 94 Main Street with Charlie. And Charlie, I hear you have a retrospective.
I do have a retrospective show going on through the holidays. It starts up Thanksgiving weekend and will carry itself through just beyond New Year's. And the retrospective show is because every year I have a number of themed shows that begin in June and they carry themselves through October. It's relatively every 3 or 4 weeks. I have new works up on the red wall. And then as the season goes on, I kind of spread the images around, and so it's a great time of year for me to kind of showcase and capstone the entire experience of the shows. So, for instance, June was the very first show I did in June this year was something called the Sticks and Stones, and the idea was a little bit more abstract, where I take sticks and stones, as you can see from our wonderful, beautiful Maine coast and woods, and instead of using a human body to fill the space as part of the composition in nature, I'm using the human body as the canvas and then using the sticks and stones on that canvas itself. So it was an abstracted show. It was, it's a different way of my showcasing the different kinds of interests I have in nature and photography.
Yeah, very beautiful.
Thank you. Another general thing that I do is I consider myself a nature photographer, really more than anything else. I generally don't have people in my shots unless they are specifically part of the image as a natural expression of nature itself. I have a lot of nudes in my images, and those nudes are always representative of the human condition and representing basically that we're not simply on the earth, but rather of the earth. However, because I'm a nature photographer, there aren't always humans in them. So I have a lot of shots that are, you know, beautiful, pristine, coastal Maine shots. Some that are more harsh shots that are representative of nature, the rough seas that we have, or the rough coastlines, the woods. Some of them are more comical, perhaps focusing on bugs or on ferns, the beautiful intricacies of ferns. Another show that I had this year was Field of Dreams. And with Field of Dreams, I traveled around the state of Maine. I'm originally from northern Maine. Shot images in fields, fall fields, winter fields, summer fields, spring fields. And each of them had their own taste to them. And this is an example of one here. As you can see, then, they're not always shots that one might consider to be for Vogue magazine, etc. They might be a little darker. This is an example of a darker one, perhaps a little more depth to it than simply a pretty picture.
Very evocative images.
Thank you, kindly. Coastal Curves. Every year I do a Coastal Curves show, at least one. And this year, Coastal Curves, again, I travel around the various parts of the coast of Maine. As you can see, when I do have humans in my images, they can be males, females, different ages, different sizes. This was a show that featured indoor shots. And so I've got lots of those images as well, so shots somehow indoors. This was inside an abandoned mill. I always do hovering dreamers, people who are flying around in their dreams, and so I have a number of those as well. That's an ongoing theme I have. And then again, because the holidays are here, I have a variety of different sizes to match different people's interests, or perhaps wall space, or perhaps budgets. I have you know, a standard size like 11 by 14 images. I have framed images, unframed images. I have gift cards that I make of very different prices. Again, those can be stocking stuffers. Smaller images like this are great stocking stuffers, again budget priced and all. 8 by 10s, standard sizes. Everything I do pretty much is a standard size. So that way if people want to have just a matted image, they can do that. And this happened to be a very good year for me. I had a number of some of my images that won different awards. Maine State Awards, International Color Awards.
I noticed the awards around, actually.
The number of ones who won awards. So I was fortunate. It was a good year. So anyway, I'm looking forward to this holiday season. I'm looking forward to people having an opportunity to stop in. And
what hours will you be here?
good question. When we get to the holidays, around Thanksgiving, for instance, I'm always around on weekends, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, most of the day, Thursday afternoons, and then all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday about a half a day. And Mondays I'm going to be including as well. As we get closer and closer to the holidays, I'll be open more and more. Tuesdays and Wednesdays I always generally have as variable hours.
Well, I'm down at the Green Store and I'm with Ellie Daniels. And Ellie, there are just so many great Christmas and holiday ideas here.
Well, I'm really glad you stopped in because the Green Store has a lot of things that you won't find anywhere else. And our things here all have a story. They are sustainable, they are recycled, they are recyclable, and most of all, they're fair trade, meaning that there was no children or slave wages in the production of these products. For instance, this is a free set bag, and it's produced in Kolkata, India, by women who have been street workers, who are now working in a workshop to make these beautiful bags at fair trade wages so that they're not forced into a life of prostitution. And for instance, if you have a child in your home who likes to play Frisbee, this is the only Frisbee I'm aware of that is 100% recycled materials and it's regulation weight. We have a lot of things that come from Maine. For instance, our beautiful Maine balsam. Not only do we have sachets and hot plates and trivets, but we also have potpourri. And last, but certainly not least, one of our favorites, this gorgeous little guy. His name is Boris, and if you tip him back, he's named Boris Booger Boy because the egg white dribbles out of his nostril. Not only do we have many great gift ideas, we also carry clothing because the Green Store is a general store for the 21st century. Our clothing is all either fair trade, organic cotton, alternative fibers such as bamboo. And these particular socks are quite a story in themselves. Every year there's more than 17 million tons of t-shirt waste that is put onto the landfill. And this woman in Vermont takes that t-shirt waste, relooms it, and makes these beautiful socks. And if you have a child who is always losing their socks, here we have a pair and a spare. Here we have color-grown organic socks that come in a 3-pack. No dyes, organically grown. For your everyday needs in the household, think of the Green Store. We are providers of old-fashioned necessities for the new millennium. For instance, this beautiful laundry detergent from Skowhegan, Maine is not only completely biodegradable, but very cost-effective, 1 tablespoon per load. And when you're done with your wash, put it onto a wooden drying rack and save the cost of the drying. Made in Searsmont, Maine. And we have many home cleaning tools, such as this beautiful fair trade broom that is entirely made from sustainable natural fibers. If you're packing your child's lunch for school, how about choosing a reusable sandwich bag? You can run it through the wash. When you're done, put it onto the bag dryer and let it dry next to your sink. And for your wintertime projects, the Green Store has a full array of natural and non-toxic zero VOC finishes, including AFM Safe Coat and our new lineup with Vermont Naturals Polyway Floor Finish. We also have energy-efficient space heaters to warm the cool corners, lighting that is both full spectrum, LED and compact fluorescent for energy efficiency. And we even have our Happy Light, our therapeutic full spectrum light box. We are open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, and Sunday from 10 to 4 with expanded holiday hours.
Belfast is home to the largest food co-op in the state. So we're here with Chris to talk about the co-op. Chris, what's going on here?
Well, it's high time for holiday season at this point, so we're definitely bustling right along. We have holiday turkeys that are available for pre-order, and you know we're the oldest food co-op in the state. We've been around since 1976. We have over 3,100 members and just a great supportive community. You don't have to be a member to shop here. The store itself, we have over 17,000 items for people to choose from: stocking stuffers, health and beauty aids. You know, full service deli, cafe, 300 wines, 100 beers, full produce department, you know, anything for the Thanksgiving or Christmas dinners we feel we can provide. Bulk spices, bulk department, grocery items, meat, cheese. We have our own hand spun sausage that's available weekly. And we really pride ourselves on really trying to bolster the local economy, and we've been tracking our local food sales over the past year, and about 10% of our sales have come from locally raised, locally produced items, and we're very proud of that. 55 cents on every dollar that we spend goes back to the local economy through, you know, the vendors that we deal with, or insurance, and you know, things of that nature.
And I see that there's lots here for holiday gifts too.
Yeah, we have a lot of stocking stuffers. We have a wonderful fair trade gift area, which my Lisa is going to tell you all about.
So here we are in the co-op's fair trade and gift area, and a lot of it is filled with items from all over the world, as well as locally made products. We do concentrate on the fair trade aspect of it, not only in our gift area, but also throughout the store. And that is because we want to make sure that the folks who either grow the food or create these items are fairly treated and compensated for their efforts. Some of the things we have that are local are these wonderful mats. They're actually a pretty popular item. These are created from recycled fishing ropes. We also have things like all of the wood log toys that are made in Lincoln. And we have stuff from all over the world as well. So we have like the little Russian dolls and the Russian tree topper, very beautiful. A lot of nice things here. But this is not the only area that we have gift type items. We also, in our health and beauty area, we have homemade soaps that are made locally. We have jams and jellies that are made locally, maple syrup, all sorts of things like that. So it's not restricted just to this area. So when you're thinking of gift ideas, make sure you come and see us.
Well, Ned and I have really enjoyed wandering around downtown Belfast, our town, with you. And we hope that you've realized, along with us, that you can have a great time here. You can shop, you can eat, you can do anything you want, and you can find it all here in downtown Belfast. You don't have to drive to do it.
That's for sure. You know, I discovered all sorts of great Christmas ideas that I really didn't realize existed right here. And by the way, if you enjoyed the program and would like to see it some other time, maybe on your own schedule, you could actually watch it on demand by going to the website address that's below us for Belfast Community TV. There you can watch it at your leisure, or if you have friends who don't live in the cable viewing area but you'd like them to see the program, you can give them this link and they can watch it whenever they feel like it.
Great, that's great. Well, listen, have a wonderful holidays.
See ya.